on the fact that Keys got revenge there, or got avenged there. Here, Zexro now trying to also do the same for his duo partner, and it's now top 10. So we're going into the last zone, and it's not even that final threshold of top 5 or the Victory Royale either. Obviously, Zexro now getting a little closer, opening that door so he can edit through and use that Shadow Bomb and continue forward and maybe get towards any more placements, but he's only on 27 mats. I think right now what he needs to do is find elimination, find an impact elimination, find some materials on one of these bodies, get the Siphon, because he is trying and playing with only 150 or 167 HP. Slacks picks up another kill, or another elimination meanwhile.
Zexro just utilizing his tactical shotgun there to the finest. He gets Sean, takes him out, gets himself back up to full HP, picks up a little bit of build, but now effectively is done.
He gets revenge!
Slacks. It was a back and forth with his duo the whole game.
And Zexro finally goes down by the hands of Hart, who did lose his dual partner, so it's a 2v1 right here as Lord takes out the last player. No, sorry, Rokane and his teammate Lord take out the last player there in Hart. And the Victory Royale there for them is going to push them to 75, but I think they still need a little bit more than that, Pookie, because we just saw Keys and Slacks versus Zexro and Vinny there back and forth. The battle ending up pushing them towards around 90 points total, both of them. So, I mean, that's kind of the threshold I'm looking at right now in terms of qualification range. That's the highest I've seen on screen yet. But we'll see. It could change in a blink of an eye.
It could change. All it takes is one game. You can pull out a 20-point game, Bala. It's been done. We've seen it been done over and over again. So you know what? I'm not discounting any of these games, any of these lobbies, until we see that final scoreboard, until we see who is actually going to New York. I know I'm going to be on the edge of my seat. I have been all day with these games.
Yeah, we have. And we saw earlier at Famhood's crazy clutch. I think the first one we saw with the Chug Splash, like a full-on, like run into the zone style. Elof, he actually ended up getting the ice on his feet and then using the Chug Splash there. But there's a player above him. I don't think this is the right play, as the zone is starting to, you know, constrict them a little bit here. And I think he's going to be left with a Flintlock rotate because nobody around him is using any sort of mobility.
Wish I had viewers.
They're trying to do right now. Force the rifts out. Force any way that they can get in the zone, but that's not going to work out. No mobility here for anybody is going to be spent, so they're left to go on foot and with the Flintlock as well.
They don't really have anybody around them, though. Take a look. Everybody has already kind of made their way over to the zone, so they are safe. They are going to be coming up here on Slappy, though. But Slappy is not really interested in an engagement. It looks as though he's going to just stay in his box and try and heal up, slowly making their way to their zone. This doesn't look good for them at all, Bala.
No, the HP situation not looking good. Does have a med kit. He's going to start popping that. We saw Slappy briefly for a moment there. He looked like he was a solo, so maybe that's why he wasn't pushing, but I know for sure that Slappy right there, that's his signature skin. He's going to take out Sheep, but all for nothing, because when you do get eliminated, you end up not getting any credit. Even if this player, even if Sheep got eliminated fully, Slappy would not get credit for that.
And Famhood able to get the revive on Sheep. Sheep does come back up. He is back in this game, but is looking like he's only going to be sitting on 30 HP. But here we are making our way over to the other side of the map. We see TSM Command and High Sky here. I saw grenades in this lobby. We have another very stacked lobby. It's crazy to me that so many people are competing, and we time and time again just see all of these players ending up in the same lobbies together. What are the chances, really? But using the Rift here, he is going to try and maybe see if he can get a little bit of a lay of the land, see where other players... Look how many people took this Rift ball.
Yeah, that's a lot. And you said, what are the chances of them all getting in the lobby? Well, let me tell you, Pookie, it's actually quite high towards the end here. Very high, because everybody has the high points that's putting them all in placement games together, and they're all queuing for that last game at the same time, because they all know, and they're all playing the time game, and they're saying, okay, this is when I got to queue to maximize the efficiency here. But you know what? The flip side of that is they get into these stackers right now with Commandment, High Sky, Zayt, and Sav. You already listed a couple names, Pookie. This is crazy.
On the World Cup.
And here we see Zundi just falling to this duo. They already have 2 eliminations, but you know what? In these lobbies, in these final games, you're going to have to do a little bit better, and they know that. They're being very aggressive right now, just taking shots at anybody that they hear around them. We see Ghost Sap in here right now. Cryo's down at the bottom. Zate has unfortunately been taken out of the game, so Sap is going to have to try and pull something out here. They are sitting on 87 points, so that could be close depending on how far Sap is able to take the rest of this game.
Maybe close to that top 1. We know that Saf and Zate are already qualified, but takes out Rux, and these Flintnut rotates in the end game are actually top tier. I've never seen such precise movement here with the Flintnut in the end game. Rux is finally going to go down, but
never mind.
I was going to say, gets the siphon from that, but it's all for naught because Flintnut right there was kind of against what we saw earlier.
Jeez.
Not accurate and putting him way too high. And
he went way high and hung in the air there, giving his opponent the chance to be able to get a lot of damage on him. He's only sitting at 66 effective HP, but here we have Coop and Grenades. Super awesome player. He was actually at the secret skirmish. Had the chance to talk to him a little bit. Super nice. So if you guys, you know, at home are looking for people to follow, Coop and Grenades are very good. They're very approachable. They're great guys. Shouting them out right now because I love these two.
Yeah. Saw their performance at Secret Skirmish. Now here in the World Cup, seeing what they can do, where they can end up in the leaderboards, edging their way around the zone. Unfortunately, Coop is going to get kind of stuck out right now. He's really close to that other player. He could have made an edit there, but no, he's going to back up right towards Grenades. And we're into the top 10 right now.
Grenades is going to be given that big show by Coop so that he can get all of the HP they possibly can, because they're not going to have much time anymore to do any of those things. They are having to rotate now, moving into the next, it's not the next zone, it's really the last zone. It's just going to be continuously moving at this point all the way over to that small little dot that you see on the mini map there to the west. So these players are really going to have to utilize their builds effectively, their resources effectively. We see people dropping here down. Coop takes out Grazka there with 2 shots from the combat shotgun, and then just uses the pickaxe there to just take him out. Gets the shot on shot again, and these flicks Balla.
But look who's on high ground again. It's Tickers by himself, and we've seen this situation time and time again today. Coop and Grenades being the only duo remaining. Daxter in a little bit of a fight here with Ziff. What is going to be the end of that situation? That one is key because that's going to signal Grenades and Coop to take low ground. It's going to be Ziff who takes the win there. And he controls low ground right now, but maybe not for long. Hold on, what just happened to Grenades? He actually got knocked out from Ziff, and Ziff completely dominates the low ground, but Tickers comes down from the high and saves the day, and saves the day for his duo because they just pushed themselves into 87 points with that Victory Royale and that 2 elimination game.
Yeah, we're going to have to see if 87 points is going to be enough. You said earlier that you think 90 points is going to be the threshold here for NA East, but I know we have Zeke standing by. Zeke, you've been watching these games with us. How are you finding them?
I think incredible is like an understatement. What's a word above incredible? Magnanimous. What's a word above magnanimous? Astronomical. My brain is working through these. What's a word above? All right, anyway.
Herculean?
Listen. No!
You can't say that word. Golden Boy is the only one who pronounces that word right.
Herculean, it's not that hard. Anyway, these matches have been just a true treat to watch, especially because you can really tell everyone is just putting it all on the line. They're giving it that all, going that extra mile, and it's just, anyway, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna cry.
Let's hop into some of the moments that we saw in the last block that ended up deciding what was going down. So first, check the points in the bottom left-hand corner. Zexro sitting on 81. Vinny is there as well. Watch Zex go to work and look at who he does it against. First, picking up on the keys, getting his 3rd elim. Now onto the high ground, all of a sudden separated away from Vinny, but needs to get into the top 15. Needs every point available in order to make it to New York City. One of the original favorites, the first to play aggressive, and he goes to work here with the uncommon tech. A one-man wrecking crew, slaying his way into the top 5, getting every placement point available except the Victory Royale, getting slacks right there, but it wouldn't end up being enough. He gets taken down, but 93 points. However, Rokane right here on the high ground has his partner left. Look what's happening on the low ground. It's a 2v1v1. Hart gets the elim onto Zextro, but then gets picked up, and that is going to end up being huge. Hart needed every single point, and more importantly, he needed every single tiebreaker in order to make it to New York City. Let's check out these standings and see where everything fell out. These are the final players moving on from NA East.
Wow.
It is Slacks and Keys, Zexro and Vinny, and then the young Calculator and Cole Macwood. Now, this match right here, this is the one we just talked about. This was 89 points going through. The tiebreaker came down to victory royales. The difference, Calculator and Macwood had four victory royales.
Wow.
To BHEG's and Hart's 3. If Hart had gotten one elim in that 2v1, if he had gotten anything more out of that situation, they would be going to New York City. Instead, Calculator and Macwood, with one of the most dominant placement-heavy performances we have seen so far, booking their spot. A huge shout-out, Slacks and Keys. They've been up there every single week, semifinals and finals challenging. And an even bigger shout-out right now to TSM Zexro. Vinny, you're fantastic as well, but Zexro, battling through the wrist injury, not playing through a large portion, taking months off because he couldn't physically move his arm and was struggling to go through play.